Okay, it's not double, but that sounded better for the thumbnail. Sorry. This is the all-new high torque mod motor for the RTR. Now this motor might look just like the one that comes stock on this bike, but don't be fooled. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Now at a budget-friendly price of only $349, what are you getting? A larger rotor and stator to increase output and efficiency, thinner laminations, reduce energy loss and sharpen response, high-grade materials, which allow for a 30 degrees Celsius higher operating temperature, letting you push harder and ride longer. Okay, yes, I did just read that directly off of Electronco's website, but my summary of this is basically we're gonna get better efficiency, higher torque, and less overheating, all in a drop-in motor. So you don't need any controller. You can just install this new motor and it's good to go. You do have the option to send out the controller for a tune to Electronco, which I believe is $30, and essentially just allows the bike to get even hotter than it does in the stock controller configuration. But that's only if you're racing, and I'm not racing, so we're not doing that. All right, without further ado, let's get this puppy installed. First, we're pulling out the battery. Next up, we're gonna turn the key on and then back off just to get any remaining volts out of the bike and controller. After which, we're popping off the controller cover. You just need to give it a little force and it'll pop off. We're then gonna loosen these leads. I just use an 8mm for this. We'll pull the wires through and then we should be able to remove the stock motor. Just like that, stock motor out easily. It's just 4 bolts. I think it's a 10mm. Yup, it's a 10mm, 4 bolts on each side. You have a bolt and then a washer behind it on this side, not on that side. Now for the new motor, same process, but in reverse. All right guys, the motor is finally on. This would definitely be helpful if you had 2 people to do it, but just gonna take some finagling and some finesse to get it to work, but this is on. I did take the chain off of the rear sprocket, so once this is all buttoned up, we'll just readjust the chain slack, push this forward so we can get this back on the rotor. So it should be good to go, but let's get everything else together. All right guys, there we have it. We have all the wires in. It's just going to be 3 of these here, so blue to blue, green to green, yellow to yellow. Pretty hard to mess up. It's like a kindergarten exercise, and then you just have this plug here. The way you want to route it is like this, so it's all organized, and then we have this one come to this side, so we're going to pop this side cover back on, and we should be able to get things back together. Everything is finally done. We got dirty ass hands, so we're going to toss in this battery. It should just work as is with the new motor in it, so let's give it a whirl. Seems like she works. All right, just get a quick first impression here. Oh yeah. Oh, it just feels almost like how the Razor did. That's crazy, just like the immediate torque. Because previously there was almost like a delay, like a lag in this, but now it's just like you go and like pull it up and it just goes right away. Wow, it's gonna make this thing feel just like a Razor. That was my only thing I didn't love about the RTR, is that throttle, it almost felt like there's just a little bit of lag. So let's throw on a GoPro and do an actual proper test. Rain or shine, we're outside. Unfortunately, today is rain, but I'm way too excited to test this thing to not ride, so let's do it. Woo-wee! Guys, so here we go. Oh my God, that feels so good. So a couple things to talk about right off the bat here. So the RTR itself really came into the pit bike sort of almost Razor scene. Electronco obviously made tons of parts for Razors off the bat, and it really kind of turned it upside down on its head. Primarily because this bike came fully built, so you had full suspension front and rear. You didn't have to upgrade anything. It also came with a 72-volt battery and an 8-kilowatt motor. So out of the box, you just got a bike that was completely dialed versus having to buy a Razor and then subsequently spend thousands, pour thousands into it to upgrade it to get it to perform how you want. Now, I was obviously hype about this because the same company I bought all of my Razor parts from just went out and manufactured a kick-ass pit bike that's fully built out of the box. Now, as you guys know, I've obviously had an array of Razors between the MX500 and the MX Pro Spec, and there's one thing I would say that the Razors were a little better at than this RTR out of the box, and that was specifically the tune. So the way that the power was delivered on the Razors, it just was like so responsive. Like I felt like the tiniest little movement, you would just get the best response. So it made it really good for wheelies. That's what I noticed about the RTR out of the box, is that when I went to pull up a wheelie, it almost felt like there was a lag of sorts. So like on the stock motor, I'd be going here and I'd give it this much throttle, but it wouldn't be enough. So I'd really have to go all on the throttle to pull it up and also shift my weight back at the same time to get it up. Once you got it up, you were fine, but it almost felt like there was a little bit of a delay. So this mod motor doesn't actually make this bike any more powerful. It's still maxed at 8 kilowatt, but what it does do is it gives you way more torque. So I feel like this bike has great top end. It's obviously got good torque, but it felt like there was a little middle area where it was just missing a bit. Like if I was up in a wheelie and then I started to chase it again, I almost didn't have enough time to give it enough throttle to get it to come back up and stay up in a wheelie. So literally in the first couple seconds of riding this thing, it
it's just like I get that exact same throttle response and feel that I would get on the Razors, which is incredible because the Razors were so good to wheelie. Pull it right up. Yeah. Dude, it feels just like my MX500 used to. It's crazy. Just that immediate response time. Ready? That's all throttle. I'm not moving my body weight back or anything. It's all throttle. I just feel like I'm able to catch wheelies that are falling easier too. Like, see that? Oh my God, the difference is huge. But dude, just the ease of wheeling now. Pull it right up, right into a circle. Oh my goodness. Now the rear just breaks traction so easily. Feet up, donut circles. Come on now. I can't wait. I'm gonna be going to a ride out, I think next weekend. So we should be able to get this thing out in the wild, really get a good test on it. But first impressions, man, it's just all the good things about the RTR, except that little middle area. It just fixes it. It's almost like it almost doesn't even necessarily feel like a new motor. It feels just like a new tune. Like I mentioned, you can do the mod motor tune for your controller. You do have to send it out to Electro & Co for that. That's only if you really get your bike super, super hot. I do not do that, so I won't be doing that, but it's only 30 bucks if you want to do it. That looks pretty big for the RTR. I'll hit this corner. Lost grip there. Thought I was going to lose it over the edge for a sec. Try some combo work. This is where this tune is really helpful too, because with combo work, it's easy to let the front wheel down. Oh my God. It's freaking beautiful. Yeah, bud. Best pit bike out there. Honestly, best e-bike out there. Tell you what, I will not be excited to put this thing back in the van, sopping wet, but... So guys, worth noting, your top speed isn't going to be any different. You're still going to be looking at about 55 miles per hour, but you'll just get there quicker. And then your wheelies are also just going to be a lot easier. So like previously, I think I had to go like 15 maybe, like this speed roughly, to get it to wheelie. Now it does that without even frickin' moving my body, literally just giving it gas. 25. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yep, she wheelies at 25. Wow. Let's take out this key. Now, unfortunately, guys, even if I put this key back in and turn it on, this bike has to be stopped to start going again. So well, guys, I don't know what to tell you, because this freaking thing is so kick-ass. It's crazy that just a single modification, literally just this motor, makes such a huge difference, but it's all in the feel. Like, really, it doesn't really feel like you have more than 8 kilowatts than the bike came with, because you don't. But dude, the way the bike performs is just so much better. It literally, like I said, it feels like you just went in and tuned the controller, but you didn't. You put in a new motor instead. It's so stupid easy to install. You just take out the stock motor, unscrew the leads, throw the new one in. It's really straightforward and super simple, but wow, guys, this thing is kick-ass. I'm so excited to take this to a ride out next weekend, hopefully. But as always, guys, if you want any of the products in this video, link down below in the description. Use code ConnorG to save. Shout out Electro & Co, as always, for being the best damn company out there and also supporting me since I only had 2K subs. Love you, Austin. Love you, everyone at Electro & Co. But anyways, guys, I will catch you next time. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Road to 100K. Otherwise, see you soon. Peace.